Charlie Munger, the Vice-Chairman of Berkshire Hathaway, is a billionaire investor and Warren Buffett's right hand. He has previously said that getting your first $100,000 invested is the most difficult part of building wealth. Charlie isn't the only one saying this. A lot of people who have taken the journey to invest more than $100,000 have shared the same insight. We will today go through what makes it so difficult and what you can do to make your journey to $100,000 invested faster. My name is Daniel and I'm here to help people with personal finance and show how to start a digital side hustle of your own. If you're interested in improving your personal finance or start a digital side hustle of your own, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if you find this video helpful. The first reason why it is so hard to get to the first $100,000 investors is because it actually requires you to start investing. It doesn't matter what you're doing, it is always easier to say I will start tomorrow. But even though it is so difficult to get started, it is really important to do it. You can ask yourself the question, have you ever finished anything which you haven't started in the beginning? The same goes for investing. You will have to get started and build a habit around it before your wealth can start growing. $100,000 might look really far away and almost impossible to reach, but you will get there at some point if you just take the first steps to get started. No one has ever climbed a mountain without taking the first step in the bottom of it and then continuing forward. Investing is a lot like building a snowman. When you first start building it, you start with a very small snowball, but as you keep rolling it, it will grow bigger and bigger over time. Soon it will pick up even more snow by itself, and the same goes for your wealth. It will also start to generate more money by itself when it is invested. The key here is that you'll have to get started. You'll have to believe that it is possible to reach $100,000 and put together a plan for how you want to reach it and then go work on it. The second reason why it is so hard to get to the first $100,000 invested is because you will need to change your habits and you will need to think differently. A lot of people think it is stupid to start investing because they don't sit down and learn how to do it right. They will tell you it is risky to invest and you might lose all your money, which historically will be very unlikely if you just invest in index funds like the S&P 500 and have a long time horizon. Then you will most likely build wealth, as the S&P 500 has shown to grow on average 10% each year since it was created in the 1926. But no one knows what the future will bring, but historically the S&P 500 has been a great wealth builder. Some people might also say that they don't have any money left each month to invest, as they use them all on expenses. Which might be right, but for a lot of people it should be possible to find a bit of spare money to invest each month. If we take a look at two different persons, person A earns $30,000 a year and person B earns $60,000 a year. Both of them don't have any left to invest each month. Person A can live a normal life and take care of his family. But why doesn't person B have any spare money left each month, as he should earn the double amount as person A? It is typically called lifestyle inflation, where you'll buy more expensive items as you earn more, and as your income increases, your expenses will follow. When you want to invest, it is important to not let your expenses follow the same amount as your income, as you will need to have room for the amount which you would like to invest. You might therefore need to waiver some of your expensive habits and lower your expenses to be able to invest more. You will have to think about what is necessary for you and what is nice, what could be omitted. For example, if you smoke, eat out at restaurants a lot, drive an expensive car, or buy new clothes often, is there any of these which you could do without to be able to have more money left for yourself each month to invest? In general, the best habit of change is to pay yourself first. Pay yourself the amount which you would like to invest, and afterwards you pay for your expenses. That way you will have money left each month to invest while figuring out what can be omitted, as you can't afford it anymore. The third reason why it is so hard to get to the first $100,000 invested is because the compounding effect doesn't really work for you in the beginning and will first really start to work after you have reached the $100,000. An example would be that if you have invested $5,000 and earned 10% in annual returns, then you have earned $500. This is okay, but compared to if you have invested $100,000 and earns 10% in annual returns, then you would have earned $10,000. Where $500 doesn't seem like a lot compared to how much you can invest yourself each year, then $10,000 is most likely more than an entire monthly salary for most people. This makes you have to do all the heavy lifting yourself in the beginning to grow your wealth, and is a big reason why it feels so hard. Charlie Munger has also said that once you have reached your first $100,000 invested, then you can start taking your foot off the gas a bit and start to live more. Because after this, the compounding effect will help you to do its magic, and you can start to sit back and relax more and let it work. This is also why Albert Einstein has called compound interest the eighth wonder of the world, as it is so powerful to keep building wealth. The snowball mentioned earlier is pretty much the effect of the compound interest, and if you roll your snowball downhill, it will start to pick up more and more snow and grow bigger and bigger. But first you will have to push your snowball up to the top of the mountain before it will start to be easy. What can you then do to reach your first $100,000 invested faster and be able to reach the point where compound interest will start to kick in? It all comes down to that you will need to invest as much as possible each month to be able to reach your target faster. This can be done in two ways. The first way, and for most people the simple way, is to lower your expenses. However, here there is a limit for how much you can assign to investing, as your income is your upper limit and you will still have to pay for the necessary. But it is a good idea to create a budget and get an overview of what you are spending your money on each month. From here you can start to see where you can trim your expenses to get started right away with investing more. Examples can be that you might be able to get cheaper deals on your bills, Wi-Fi, mobile phone, insurance or similar. You might have subscriptions you are not using which you can cancel. Audible, Kindle, Netflix, Amazon Prime or similar. Can you eat out at restaurants and get takeaways less frequently? Can you spare money on alcohol or on-the-go coffee, which both quickly can add up to a lot of money, especially if you order them in shops or bars? The other way is to increase your income without letting your expenses follow. This will give you more room for investing. This can be done by taking the necessary steps to be promoted at work, or ask your boss what you will need to do better to earn a higher salary next year and then work towards that. Maximize your pension contribution to take full advantage of what your employer's match is. This is basically free money, as they will give you that extra money in pension each month. Do you have energy left in the evening or weekends? You can consider doing a part-time job to earn a bit of extra cash to invest. This can for example be a sports coach, babysitter or a waiter. You can also start a side hustle and work on that project in your evenings and weekends and invest whatever you earn here. There are a lot of possibilities to earn a bit of extra income, and you will just have to figure out what gives you the most energy to go for. But the most important step to get to $100,000 faster is to simply start investing and build up a habit around it. As you see your wealth growing and start to slowly snowball, this will give you the passion and energy to continue doing it and increase the volume which you allocate to investing.